Hey everybody, it's Tanisha, your girl, back with another mind-blowing video. So, buckle up, because today we're diving deep into the realm of multiple dimensions and spirit entities. You know, that stuff they tried to convince us was just for sci-fi movies and ghost stories. Turns out, they weren't too far off. We're talking about those unseen worlds, existing alongside our own, like a parallel universe right under our noses. Have you ever felt a presence in a room, a sudden chill, or like someone was watching you even when you were all alone? Most of us brush it off, right? But what if those weren't just figments of our imagination? We're talking about the possibility of other beings, other entities, existing beyond our perception, maybe even messing with our reality. For centuries, mystics and philosophers have whispered about these hidden dimensions, these unseen forces that shape our reality. Now, I know what you're thinking. Tanisha, girl, you're losing it this time. But hold up, hear me out. This isn't just about spooky stories and campfire tales. We're talking about real scientific theories, groundbreaking research, and mind-blowing experiments that suggest there's more to our universe than meets the eye. Think about it. We live in a three-dimensional world, up and down, left and right, forward and backward. But what if there are more dimensions we can't perceive, dimensions beyond our limited senses? It's like trying to explain the internet to someone back in the Stone Age. They just wouldn't have the frame of reference. Scientists are exploring concepts like string theory and quantum mechanics, theories that suggest the existence of multiple dimensions, possibly even 10 or 11. These dimensions are thought to be curled up, hidden within the fabric of our reality, influencing everything from gravity to the behavior of subatomic particles. Now, let's talk about spirit entities, those beings that are said to reside in these other dimensions. Some call them ghosts, spirits, or even interdimensional beings. These entities are often described as energy forms, vibrating at frequencies we can't perceive with our limited senses. They might be souls who haven't crossed over, beings from other dimensions, or something else entirely. We're talking about the possibility of a whole unseen world existing right alongside our own, interacting with us in ways we don't fully understand. And get this, some people claim they can communicate with these entities, even travel through these dimensions. We're talking about mediums, psychics, people who claim to have a direct line to these unseen realms. We're going to delve into the evidence, the theories, and the mind-blowing possibilities. So, get ready to open your minds, because things are about to get real interesting. All right, so let's dive into this whole multiple dimensions thing, but like with a side of science, because, gotta keep it real. We're not just talking about some woo-woo mystical stuff here. There's actual scientific backing to this. It's like finding out that unicorns are real, but they're actually tiny shrimp-like creatures living in the ocean. For centuries, scientists have been trying to understand the fundamental nature of reality. Like, what's this whole universe made of? What are the rules? And are we breaking any cosmic laws just by existing? Big questions, right? And for the longest time, we thought we had it figured out. Newton's laws of motion, gravity, the whole shebang. But then came along Einstein, rocking the boat with his theory of relativity. He was all like, time and space aren't absolute, they're relative. Like your crazy ex's definition of a few drinks. As scientists dug deeper, they started realizing that our universe is way more bizarre and mysterious than we ever imagined. Now, if string theory blew your mind, hold on tight because we're about to dive into quantum mechanics, which is like the wild, unpredictable cousin of physics. This is where things get really weird, really fast. Quantum mechanics is all about the behavior of matter and energy at the atomic and subatomic levels. And let me tell you, down there, the rules of reality go out the window. One of the craziest things about quantum mechanics is the idea that particles can exist in multiple states at the same time, known as superposition. Another mind-blowing concept is quantum entanglement, where two particles, no matter how far apart, are linked in a way that defies our understanding of space and time. If you change the state of one particle, the other one instantly changes too, even if they're light years apart. Now, how does this relate to our topic? Well, some researchers believe that these quantum phenomena suggest a deeper connection between consciousness and reality, a connection that might even transcend the limitations of our perceived dimensions. Okay, so we've talked about the science, the mind-bending theories that suggest there's more to reality than meets the eye. Now, let's get into the really juicy stuff, spirit entities. And no, we're not talking about Casper the Friendly Ghost, although, shout out to Casper, always keeping it positive in the afterlife. We're talking about the possibility of other beings, other consciousnesses, existing beyond our normal perception, inhabiting those unseen realms we've been exploring. Some might be benevolent, others maybe not so much. It's like that mixed bag of personalities you get at any family reunion. You got your cool aunt, your weird uncle, and that one cousin nobody talks about. Some believe these entities are souls who haven't crossed over, still hanging around for whatever reason. Unfinished business, attachment. Maybe they just can't get enough of reality TV. Others might be beings from other dimensions, passing through or maybe even trying to communicate with us. Now, I know what you're thinking. Tanisha, girl, you've been watching too many horror movies. But hold up. This isn't just about spooky stories and things that go bump in the night. We're talking about real people, everyday folks, who claim to have had encounters with something beyond explanation. The creepy feeling of being watched, objects moving on their own, unexplained voices or noises. Most of us just brush it off. But what if there's more to it? What if these are glimpses, tiny tears in the fabric of our reality, allowing us to catch a glimpse of these other realms? Some encounters are more dramatic, full-on apparitions, objects flying across the room, people being touched or even spoken to by unseen entities. These experiences can be terrifying, exhilarating, even life-changing. Now, let's talk about the people who claim to have a direct line to these unseen realms. Mediums, psychics, intuitives. These are the folks who say they can communicate with spirit entities, sometimes even acting as a bridge between our world and the beyond. Some mediums claim to channel messages from loved ones who have passed on providing comfort, closure, and sometimes even shockingly specific details that they couldn't have known otherwise. Others specialize in communicating with spirit guides, angels, or even entities from other dimensions, offering insights and guidance. Now, are all mediums legit? Of course not. There are always going to be charlatans out there trying to make a quick buck off people's grief or curiosity. But there are also those who approach their work with integrity, compassion, and a genuine desire to help others. So, we've got modern science hinting at the possibility of multiple dimensions, countless personal experiences, suggesting the existence of spirit entities and individuals who claim to communicate with these realms. It's a lot to process, right? But here's the thing. This isn't just some new age fad. Cultures around the world have been exploring these concepts for centuries, if not millennia. From the ancient Egyptians to the indigenous tribes of the Americas, people have long believed in the existence of spirits, other realms, and the interconnectedness of all things. These ancient traditions often viewed death not as an end, but as a transition to another state of being. So maybe there's something to this whole multiple dimensions, spirit entities thing. Alright, so we've talked about multiple dimensions, spirit entities, and all that mind-blowing stuff. Now, let's get even deeper, even trippier, and talk about foresight, the ability to see the future. For centuries, people have been fascinated and sometimes terrified by the idea of knowing what the future holds. Some cultures revere those with the gift of foresight. Oracles, prophets, that one aunt who always seems to know when you're lying. But is foresight real? Or is it just wishful thinking? A way for us to feel like we have some control over the chaos of life? Well, there's a surprising amount of anecdotal evidence, historical accounts, and even scientific research suggesting that time might not be as linear as we think. We've all had those moments, right? A gut feeling, a premonition, a dream that feels eerily real. But what if those moments are glimpses, tiny cracks in the wall of time, allowing us to catch a fleeting glimpse of what's to come? Now, let's talk about time travel. Who hasn't dreamt of hopping in a time machine and rewriting history, or just getting a sneak peek at the winning lottery numbers? It's the ultimate fantasy, right?
But what if time travel isn't just the stuff of sci-fi movies? What if it's a real possibility, a door waiting to be unlocked? Consider this. Einstein's theory of relativity suggests that time isn't absolute.
According to Einstein, time can be stretched and compressed. The faster you travel, the slower time moves for you. Section 3. The Mind's Eye. Unlocking your inner time machine. Now, let's bring it back to spirit entities and foresight. Some believe that these entities, existing outside of our linear perception of time, have access to the past, present, and future simultaneously.
It's like they're watching a movie, flipping through channels at will, while we're stuck watching one frame at a time. And here's where it gets really interesting. Some researchers believe that our minds, our consciousness, might also have the potential for time travel, for tapping into these other dimensions of time.
Think about it. Our brains are incredible, complex organs, capable of processing vast amounts of information, storing memories, and creating simulations of the future. We do it all the time. planning, imagining, daydreaming. But what if those simulations, those flashes of insight, are more than just our brains making up stories?
What if they're glimpses into other possibilities, other timelines, even other dimensions of time?
Section 4. Déjà vu. When time skips a beat. Now, let's talk about déjà vu. That eerie feeling that you've experienced something before, even though you know you haven't. It's like your brain is glitching, replaying a memory that doesn't exist.
Some people dismiss déjà vu as a brain fart, a misfiring of neurons. But others believe it's a sign of something more profound, a glitch in the matrix. A moment when the veil between dimensions thins and we catch a glimpse of another timeline, another possibility.
What if déjà vu is a sign that we're shifting between parallel universes, that every choice we make creates a new timeline, a new branch of reality? It's a mind-blowing concept, right?
And if we're constantly shifting between realities, what about those moments when we feel a sense of premonition, a gut feeling that something's about to happen? What if those are glimpses into another timeline, a warning system from our higher selves, trying to guide us on our path?
All right, so we've been on this wild ride, talking about multiple dimensions, spirit entities, time travel, the whole cosmic shebang. And now it's time to bring in the big guns. The man who's been connecting the dots, deciphering the ancient code, and dropping some serious truth bombs, Billy Carson.
Now, for those who haven't had the pleasure, Billy Carson is a researcher, author, and all-around knowledge seeker who's been digging deep into ancient texts, lost civilizations, and forbidden history. He's like the Indiana Jones of consciousness, except instead of whips and fedoras, he's armed with knowledge and a passion for uncovering the truth.
Billy's been saying for years that our ancestors were way more advanced than we give them credit for. Like, they weren't just banging rocks together and figuring out fire. He believes they possessed advanced knowledge of astronomy, mathematics, and even, get this, interdimensional travel.
And where did they get this knowledge? Well, Billy believes they might have had a little help from some extraterrestrial friends, some ancient aliens who shared their wisdom and technology with our ancestors.
Section 2. The Forbidden History. They don't want you to know this. Now, this is where things get really interesting, even a little conspiratorial. But hey, stay with me.
Billy Carson believes that there's a reason why this ancient knowledge has been hidden from us, buried beneath layers of misinformation and suppressed by those in power. He argues that certain groups, secret societies, maybe even the government, don't want us to know the truth about our origins, about our true potential, because it would upset the balance of power. But Billy's not one to back down from a challenge. He's been deciphering ancient texts, analyzing archaeological evidence, and connecting the dots between mythology, science, and spirituality.
Section 3. Ancient aliens and interdimensional beings. They were here all along. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room. Or should I say, the alien in the spaceship. Extraterrestrial life.
Billy Carson is a firm believer that we are not alone in the universe, and he's got some pretty compelling evidence to back it up. He points to ancient texts from around the world that describe beings descending from the sky, possessing advanced technology, and interacting with humans. Think about the ancient Sumerian tablets describing the Anunnaki, the Egyptian gods who came down from the heavens, even the biblical stories of angels and chariots of fire.
Now, some might dismiss these as myths, but Billy believes there's more to them than meets the eye. He suggests that these ancient accounts might be describing encounters with extraterrestrial beings, possibly even interdimensional entities who have been visiting our planet for centuries. And he's not alone. There's a growing movement of researchers, scientists, and even former government officials who are coming forward, sharing their stories, and demanding disclosure about what they know about extraterrestrial life. Waking up to our true potential. What does this mean for us? Where do we go from here?
Billy Carson believes we're on the verge of a major shift in consciousness. Rediscovering our past and embracing extraterrestrial life will unlock our potential. We'll tap into our consciousness to heal, manifest, and transcend.
Recognize we are energetic beings connected to the universe. Our thoughts and intentions shape our reality. Awaken to this truth, and we'll reach our full potential. The universe is whispering. Are you listening? We've explored mind-blowing possibilities, multiple dimensions, spirit entities, time travel, and consciousness. Science, ancient wisdom, personal experiences, and theories challenge our reality. It's a lot to process, right? The universe is whispering, nudging us to wake up, to remember who we truly are. Infinite beings of light and energy, capable of so much more. The evidence is all around us, if we're willing to open our minds and hearts. Beyond the matrix, unplugging from the illusion. Question everything. Do your own research. Trust your intuition. The truth is to be discovered, experienced, embodied. What if we're living in a matrix, a constructed illusion? We're taught to focus on the material world, to conform. The key to unlocking potential lies in questioning everything. True freedom comes from realizing we are not limited. The power within. You are the key. Remember, you are not alone. We are all connected, part of the same cosmic web. Awaken to this truth and tap into a power greater than yourself. The answers you seek are within you. You are the key to unlocking the mysteries of the universe. Create your reality. Manifest your dreams. Don't underestimate the power of your thoughts. Every thought, word, and action creates your reality. Choose wisely. Choose love. And believe in the impossible. Keep seeking. Keep questioning. The journey's just begun. So, keep seeking. Keep questioning. Keep exploring. Don't be afraid to challenge the status quo. To think outside the box. To embrace the unknown. The universe is full of wonders, waiting to be discovered. This is just the beginning of an incredible journey, a journey of self-discovery, of spiritual awakening, of cosmic exploration. And the best part is, you don't need a spaceship, a time machine, or a degree in quantum physics to embark on this adventure. All you need is an open mind, a curious heart, and a willingness to believe that anything is possible. So, buckle up, my friends, because things are about to get really interesting. The adventure is just beginning.